Late March 1945. The war in Europe was entering its final phase, but the German Wehrmacht still clung to fragments of resistance. General Omar Bradley, commanding the 12th Army Group, faced immense pressure coordinating vast Allied forces. His headquarters in the relatively calm town of Bad Nauheim served as a hub for strategic decisions and occasionally unexpected developments. After elements of Patton's Third Army crossed the Rhine at Oppenheim on March 22–23, 1945, a daring move ahead of larger planned operations, intelligence reports soon revealed that his forces were advancing with remarkable speed into crumbling German defenses. Spearheads pushed deep eastward, exploiting the enemy's disarray with minimal initial opposition. Bradley, a methodical and cautious strategist, received these updates with a mix of surprise and concern. The rapid penetration exposed flanks and stretched supply lines perilously thin, a classic risk in tactical doctrine. His staff immediately weighed the dangers. Lingering German units could launch localized counterattacks, and an isolated advance risked encirclement. Yet Patton, known for his aggressive leadership, disregarded conventional caution. The Third Army transformed into a mechanized powerhouse, carving its own path through a collapsing Reich. This bold breakthrough yielded significant tactical gains, but strained inter-army coordination and unit tracking. The sheer audacity of the drive, seemingly defying prudence and textbook principles, bore Patton's unmistakable signature. It reflected profound confidence, aimed at shattering enemy morale and hastening collapse. For Bradley, it was another exasperating, yet undeniably effective, example of Patton's unconventional approach to modern warfare. One question lingered: where exactly is Patton pushing now? In the weeks following the Rhine crossing, Patton's Third Army surged eastward relentlessly. Bradley's situation maps revealed a vast, unsecured salient extending far beyond planned boundaries, fueling growing alarm rather than relief. In tense exchanges, Bradley sought clarification on what seemed an unauthorized high-risk maneuver. Patton responded with characteristic passion and conviction, insisting the Germans were psychologically broken. "They're running, and we must keep them running. Don't give them a moment to breathe." Patton believed unrelenting speed was the ultimate weapon against a disintegrating foe. Supply lines, flank security, and even coordination with neighboring units took second place to maintaining momentum. His logic was straightforward, yet powerfully effective. Aggressive thrusts would destroy remaining enemy will, preventing organized regrouping or counterattacks. Bradley viewed the chaotic advance with deep unease. Third Army spearheads created massive logistical gaps, extending supplies to unprecedented lengths and inviting potential isolation. Despite these risks, Patton's harsh assessment of German capabilities and his iron resolve prevailed. Patton rejected pleas to pause and consolidate, convinced any slowdown would allow the enemy to establish new defenses along rivers farther east. This philosophical clash, methodical caution versus merciless aggression, defined the war's closing weeks, underscoring Patton's belief that his approach offered the fastest road to victory. Patton's eastward drive, while tactically brilliant, created unprecedented headaches for Allied command. By late March and into April 1945, Patton's Third Army advanced so swiftly that they outran tracking systems. Situation reports arrived obsolete, showing positions already abandoned miles behind. This intelligence lag complicated strategic planning and coordination across armies. Higher echelons, including Eisenhower's Schaaf, worried about risks, overextension, friendly fire incidents, or unintended clashes with advancing Soviets from the east. Patton himself often led from the front, conducting personal reconnaissance far ahead, sometimes deep in what had been enemy territory days earlier. His staff occasionally admitted uncertainty about his exact location, highlighting the detachment from traditional command norms.
The blistering tempo yielded massive territorial gains, but carried real dangers. Supply lines strained under the pace, vulnerable to disruption, and rapid movement left unconsolidated pockets of resistance. A stronger German response could have turned boldness into disaster. Ultimately, Patton's methods tested the balance between personal initiative and coordinated large-scale warfare, a tension that marked his command style throughout the campaign. By early April 1945, Patton's mechanized forces had penetrated deep into Germany, reaching areas like Frankfurt by late March and pushing towards symbolic targets such as Nuremberg. The Third Army's relentless drive astonished Allied leaders who had voiced concerns over its independence and velocity. In communications with Eisenhower, Patton defended his approach vigorously. He argued that conventional emphasis on meticulous coordination slowed progress, while his methods exploited German fragility for rapid gains with relatively low casualties. Patton contended that only constant, brutal pressure would trigger final collapse in a brittle enemy. His results provided compelling evidence, challenging orthodox strategy, even as they stressed logistics and risked vulnerability to any renewed German cohesion. This gamble highlighted the ongoing debate: rigid command control versus aggressive, independent action in pursuit of decisive victory. Patton's Third Army sustained its pulverizing offensive from late March through May 1945, traversing hundreds of miles across Germany's core in weeks. Divisions like the 4th Armored bypassed strongpoints, outflanked enemy formations, and dismantled organized resistance, capturing vast territory and accelerating the Reich's western collapse. Bradley, tasked with overseeing the 12th Army Group, shifted from initial frustration at Patton's boundary disregard to grudging admiration. He called Patton the finest fighting general he knew, acknowledging that such dynamism could not be fully reined in, but had to be accepted for its unparalleled results, often with minimal Allied losses. The furious pace exacted costs: frequent fuel and ammunition shortages demanding heroic logistics, strained communications, and occasional coordination lapses. Yet these risks delivered overwhelming triumph. Patton's campaign redefined military possibility. His conviction that impossible was merely a suggestion enabled feats that stunned allies and enemies alike. This remarkable drive left an enduring mark on military history, affirming the impact of a commander who challenged norms with calculated audacity, hastening Allied victory in Europe while sparking eternal debate on genius versus recklessness.